I am here with all of my kids today. We've got Judy. How old are you, Judy?
8.
Trey, how old are you? 15. Let me help you remember.
Yeah.
Shelby, how old are you?
16.
And Lizzie?
13.
13. We're going to talk a little bit about, in case you want to go to the Disneyland Resort for a vacation, but you're not sure if you should go to Disneyland or California Adventure. We're just going to do a short video on kind of the pros and cons on each. I'll start down at the end. Lizzie, what do you think? Disneyland, California Adventure, if you could only go to one, which one would you go to and why?
That's so hard because I love both of them like the exact same because there's so many rides on both of them that are just like, I want to go to that one, I want to go to that one. Like for Disneyland, I love Splash Mountain. I love, like, for California Adventure, I love Incredicoaster, Grizzly River Run, Guardians of the Galaxy. But it's so hard, but I love the lands for so many different reasons. I couldn't really pick. I'd have to go to both of them, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Yeah.
Can't decide.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay, Shelby, what do you think?
I think it depends on what you're feeling in the moment. Like if you're feeling more, like, I don't know, it depends on your mood because Disneyland is more, I feel like, imaginative because it has Fantasyland in it and Adventureland and Frontierland. It has all these different things, and yeah, if you're feeling more like creative and I don't know, more in the fantasy aspect of it, then I would feel like going to Disneyland. But if I feel like more maybe thrill rides or just stuff like that, I'd go to California Adventure. It just depends on my mood.
Trey, what do you think?
Probably Disneyland. I'm not saying California Adventure is bad. Like, it's good to go to. I just prefer Disneyland because it kind of has a balance between the two different aspects of thrill and childhood memories and stuff like that, where California Adventure is mostly just thrill and stuff like that, and Disneyland has a lot more like history, thrill, and a mix of everything, I feel like.
Okay, Judy, what do you think?
I like Disneyland because there's a lot of rides I like in Disneyland, like Pirates and stuff in New Orleans Square, and there's a lot of rides I like in Disneyland. I kind of have more favorite rides in Disneyland than California Adventure, I think.
All right, so as far as the kids go, we have 2 Disneyland and 2 kind of a little bit undecided. I'll throw my 2 cents in. I definitely think Disneyland is the better park of the 2 by far. It's got probably twice the attractions as California Adventure does. However, I do agree with what the girls said too, is there are more high-end thrill rides in California Adventure than there are in Disneyland. However, I also agree with Trey that Disneyland does a much better job of mixing both imagination and thrill, because there are many roller coasters in Disneyland. There are both in California Adventure also, but there's just not quite as much for littler kids, like Judy's age, 8 years old. Not as much for her to do in California Adventure. She could probably be done with California Adventure in about a half a day and then be not having anything else to do the rest of the day. Teenagers would spend a lot more time, I think, in the lines of the longer rides at California Adventure. But for sure, you're not going to see everything there is to see at Disneyland in one day. No matter who you are, you're not going to see everything. You have to have at least a couple days at Disneyland. So, in my opinion, if you can only go to one, go to Disneyland for sure. Like Trey said, it's got the history, it's got the mix of both imagination and thrill. But then again, you have to realize I'm biased because I grew up going to Disneyland before California Adventure was even a thing. So, but that's our take on Disneyland versus California Adventure. They're both awesome parks. You can probably see everything there is to see in California Adventure in one day. You can't do that with Disneyland. You'll need a couple days, but that's our take. Anything else you guys want to add with that, or no? Okay. Thanks for watching and hope you have fun on your vacation.